What up, big time gang? Welcome back to another Tommy Big Time video. This one here is the Islander collection update. I have never shown you all of my Islanders at once, and now I got a nice even number, and I felt it was time to show them and just present my love for the brand and the tradition, which is my collecting style. Once I like something, it's hard for me to shy away from it. I keep going back to it. For me, some of the brands that I would love to get in the future just aren't in the cards right now, but these are all affordable. I believe the most I've paid is $400, maybe $429 for one of these watches, and I think the least I've paid is like $250 or maybe $200. So very affordable, but beautiful watches, and really all similar but way different. So let's get into it. Let's not waste no time. These are in the order of purchase. So starting from the left, we have the ISL 18. This has an NH36 Seiko automatic movement, beautiful sunray or sunburst blue dial, and this was my first. This was my test run. I hooked up with Ryan from Island Watches, and I really wanted to be able to review the watch. I had never witnessed a Islander in person, and Ryan was willing to send me the watch on kind of like a review basis, and then I would send it back or I'd purchase it depending on how I felt about the watch. And I would say this was right at my time when I was converting from big oversized watches to moderately sized watches. So the first maybe day or two that I wore this watch, I was shying away from it. It was a little too small. I have an 8-inch wrist. This is 43 millimeter case diameter, and I wasn't 100% sure I wanted it. Then I wore it out for a day, and it was super comfortable. I love the look of it, and it originally had an oyster style bracelet, and I had a spring pin fail, and my watch fell off, and I was on a giant slide with my daughter at a carnival, and the watch slid all the way to the bottom. Nothing happened to the watch. The watch is still mint, but my bracelet was kind of marred up. So I got the engineer bracelet from Long Island Watches and kept the watch. So you can tell it's upgraded to a super engineer style, and love the watch. That was number one. And I liked that one so much, I fell in love with the green one because it came stock on the Jubilee style. So this was number two. And that is like a hunter green sunburst as well. NH36, exact same. And this is ISL 44. And when I saw this in the photos, the Jubilee style bracelet sold me because I already knew I loved the case. And I'm not big of a green wearer, but I just knew I wanted this watch. So this was number two. I had to have it. Got it. And I've never experienced a Seiko monster. I got into the moderately sized watches game late. I was in oversized for many years. So never experienced an actual Seiko monster. But I picked up this for a smoking deal with a carbon fiber dial, red handset, black DLC. And this is ISL 144. And the deal I got on this one, I couldn't pass up, so I got it. Love the watch. I think it's gorgeous. This was the first one I got that had the new Lighthouse case back, whereas most of the other ones I had in the beginning did not. They had this plain case back that was laser engraved. You can tell that's heavily worn. You got some crud back there, which means I enjoy the watch. And then Marc did a moving sale, and this one was like $195 or something like that. And you know, we all know blue is my color. I could not pass up the deal on this one. I had to have it. Got it. And this one has the original case back as well. It was a moving sale. They're moving from the original warehouse to a bigger warehouse, and he kind of like this, you know, put some watches out there for a really good price. I think this is regular like $329. I got it for like $195. NH36, All these are sapphire crystal. This is ISL 156. And so it was a no-brainer. I went for it. The blue markers, the blue on the bezel, it was just a no-brainer for me. Then the Islander Southport came out, or Southold, sorry. And this is ISL 118. NH35, dated at 6 o'clock, classic look. I really liked the look of this one. And I had to have it. Purchased it. Did not love the gray that it is. It's more of like, it's got like a pink tone to the gray. And so it doesn't get much love. This one is actually up on the chopping block. If somebody wants it, hit me up. The watch is beautiful, but just, I got it to match a certain outfit and a certain sneaker, and it does not match. So it kind of threw it off, and it kind of just sits. But the design of the case and everything else is beautiful. The watch is gorgeous. This is the oyster style bracelet. It does have the newer case back on it. It's a gorgeous watch. Just the color doesn't do it for me on the dial and the bezel. And then these last three are my last three purchases, and these are the most worn and the newest in the collection. So this one by far has gotten the most wrist time out of any of these, and I've only owned this watch maybe 6 months or less. Islander Sands Point, and this is ISL 159 with the NH38 automatic movement, sapphire crystal, full titanium case and bezel, titanium buckle. I took it apart so I could lay it down. FKM rubber strap that you cut to fit. So it goes on like a bracelet even though it's a strap. Just a gorgeous watch. Got that very cool wave pattern on the dial. Everything about this watch, it's my colors. I just love this one. This one really does get a lot of wear. And this is a Ryan design, which is very cool, because Ryan is the only person I've ever spoke to from Long Island Watches. I watch Marc all the time, but I've never spoke to him. Then we've got the Birch Blue, Ice Blue dial, Islander Upper Brookeville, and this is ISL 183. And this one is so much more classy, dressy, but it super attracted me, and I had to have this one. I'm not a big fan of the big taper on a bracelet, and this one does have it. It makes it a little more dainty, which in my opinion I don't like, as I have a big 8-inch wrist. I like the thicker style, you know, where it doesn't taper at all. It stays 20 or 22 millimeter all the way down. But this one, just everything hits right where I love it. It's comfortable. It looks great. This has a Miyota 9015 in it. And everything about this watch is just dope. It's the first one to have the custom rotor with the exhibition case back. It's just gorgeous. So another Islander that I got that I'm super pleased with. And then the latest and greatest Ryan design, which is a radiant blue dial two-tone Roslyn, and this is ISL 167, and this by far is my new favorite. So I'd say the Sands Point and the Roslyn are going to be the most worn out of the two for sure. I've been looking for a great two-tone Jubilee style bracelet watch that pulled everything off right, and this one hits all those marks 100%. And as soon as I got the email for like the early bird, you know, if you're a member of Island Watches, they sent you like an email. I believe it's almost like a week before the watch actually released to everyone else. I got that email. I jumped on it. I bought it that same day. I could not. As soon as I saw the photos, I was like, yep, I need to have that watch. So this one is just stunningly gorgeous. The case design is so different. I just love everything about it. The knurling on the bezel matches the knurling on the crown. The radiant blue dial and bezel match perfectly. The chapter ring, everything is just perfect. The gold paint, no loom on the bezel, it's all gold paint. It almost looks like gold leafing. The two-tone Jubilee, just, it's a banger. This is 100% my favorite Islander to date. But I wanted to just do a quick video and show you guys. I don't have much of a variety where, you know, a lot of 2 or 4 of them are the same. But I felt it was worth showing you guys my collection and just how much of a fan I am of the Island brand. I like the way the logo changed. The last 3 here on the right, you can see are newer releases, and they have the text as well as the logo on the dial, whereas all the originals just had the logo and nothing else. So the case backs have evolved. The logo on the at the 12 o'clock has evolved. The watches are evolving and changing, and I'm trying to keep up, doing the best I can. I support every watch purchase with the little tiny bit of revenue money I get from the channel, which isn't much at all. It's not even enough to buy one of these a month. But then I also do little things on the side on Facebook. I kind of flip watches that I'm either not wearing or that I've done content with, and you know, I don't consider a keeper for whatever the reason is. And that's how I make my money to continue to buy new watches. So if you want to join me on Facebook, I'll have a link in the description. And if you're after this Southold, hit me up. A lot of the group that I run with on Facebook are 45 millimeter and up type watch collectors. And I've definitely converted the last 2 years to 45 millimeters and under. And so it's kind of hard to pitch a 42 millimeter for somebody to try out when their mindset is 45 millimeters and up. So it's kind of a hard sell. So if you're interested, hit me up. I'll give you a good price. Besides that, I'm looking forward to the next Islander to add to my collection. So much love, big time gang. We'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to bother with any photos, but I will be putting a loom photo right at the end, right before the outro. Much love, God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.